Congressman Green, given all your experience, how critical of a mistake was it for us to abandon Bagram Airbase?
Well, thanks for having us on, Laura. It was a huge mistake, one of the biggest mistakes in our nation's military history, but it was Joe Biden who made that decision. I know for a fact that the military advised him not to leave Bagram. He said, we're going to downsize to 600 Marines, and the leadership told him, we can't hold Bagram with 600 Marines. He said, I don't care. Go to 600. He arbitrarily picked a number out of the sky, and they couldn't hold that base with 600, so they collapsed to Kabul. This is Joe Biden and his incompetence that made that decision, and that decision is what cost those lives today. The perimeter around that base is a street wide. That's it. But out at Bagram, you had kilometers of range that you could see the enemy coming, but not when it's just a street in the middle of an urban area. It's a horrible decision. It's 100% Joe Biden's. And that's not the first lie this guy has told, or I should say he's totally disconnected from the truth. Many other lies, and he needs to step down, he needs to resign, or the cabinet needs to do something.
Congressman Green, on the issue of continuing our troop presence there, given what we saw and the carnage that we saw today, how is this situation going to get any better? I mean, again, going back to CENTCOM, all the money we spent on CENTCOM, all the personnel, all the expertise, and the general says, yeah, we expect more of these attacks. So are troops just going to be sitting ducks, target practice for the terrorists, or are we going to bring in firepower to do something about this?
Well, I certainly hope they do bring in the firepower. They got to push that perimeter out to where they have actual fields of fire and fields of vision to see an enemy when it's coming. They can't just sit in the middle of that city and expect to know what the enemy's doing. I mean, they have to push that perimeter out, and then they have to defend it. And they can do that by sending those special forces out. Right now, they're tying their hands, so they're not out in that city looking for the enemy, finding the enemy, pushing the enemy away. There's no buffer zone at all. So until they do that, yeah, we're going to continue to see this, and it's unacceptable. It should never happen.
Congressman Green, 20 years, and they're trying to still spin this as, you know, we got them on their heels, or the Taliban are going to help us, or we're going to get everyone out by, you know, I mean, they're continuing to spin this today. To listen to this, the general in charge of our Central Command, I as a civilian was horrified today. I was horrified by what I heard.
I was really upset at the tone. I mean, it was almost as if they were flippant.
Almost.
I mean, yeah, especially from the CENTCOM commander. I was very disappointed in that. Now, I will tell you, I think the president is interjecting himself way too much in the military decision-making here, and I pin most of the blame of this on him, but that press conference today was embarrassing for the military leadership.
Oh my God.
I mean, they were so tone-deaf. I mean, we're talking 13 dead Americans, and they acted like it was some kind of a statistical data crunch. Infuriating.
I have